saying we are not giving you any cards tonight. Let's see how this unfolds. Shoot, I'm gonna need the supervisor at this point.
Bro, that was fucked up. No, they serve the people.
Yes, I'm the people. You guys serve us. So
That's because they're corrupt as fuck.
I would like. Come on, baby, come on. Okay, I would like your card. Yep. And I'm gonna follow the report on you, and you.
Instead of owning up to his men's mistake, as he should have, the supervisor chose to defend their actions, giving flimsy reasons for the whole screw-up. Get them in, Sarge, will you? But seeing he had no choice but to obey the agent's demand, the IDs came out. First the supervisor, and then the two geniuses who started this whole fiasco.
Like, I can understand you trying to defend your boys and stuff like that, but the least you could have done is provide an apology. Or at least, like, the men could have, you know, would have put their pride to the side and say, I was wrong and you were right. Something in that regard, something as simple as that would have de-escalated the situation. But they're on the sidelines saying nothing, letting the supervisor take all the, well, he's not taking all the blame, but they're gonna get what's coming for them.
You guys work on this? You assume someone is someone and that's it? That's all you guys need? Yeah? Oh my God, what is American game?
Guilty and cocky. It's a
Plus, isn't there something called Miranda rights? Everybody's innocent until proven guilty, something like that.
hell of a dangerous combination, folks. It's cops like these who sully the good name of the entire law enforcement agencies. Instead of admitting his fault, which he should have rightfully done, all we see here is a man who doesn't have an ounce of regret. Shame on you, officer. But then again, what can we expect when you're led by such supervisors?
I will make a complaint on all three of you guys.
That's fine.
Do your job better.
So if he wants to make a complaint, you can go make it.
I will make a complaint.
All right.
See what I'm talking about? All I can say is that the entire event was nothing but a poor show of unprofessionalism and a lack of A, B, and C's of basic law knowledge shown
Alright, I'm gonna blame the officers, but my biggest problem is lack of training.
by these foolish cops. As far as silver linings go, at least no one got harmed in this case, which is more than I can say for this FBI agent here.
You run your body cam?
I am now, because I don't know how legit you are at the moment.
It's okay.
Alright, so I did watch a little bit of this clip also. This guy in this blue car is an undercover agent, and he's investigating the cops in the area for corruption. Very ironic.
Special Agent Hatter. The FBI.
Okay.
You got that on body cam?
I do, but I don't understand what the problem is with you meeting me at the office.
I'll talk to the U.S. Attorney's Office about it. You can cut off the recording device now.
Okay. Well, I will when I leave the area, sir.
You might question why this FBI agent is asking the officer to cut off the recording device. Something doesn't add up here. Red flags for the FBI agent, right? Well, the answer is our Special Agent Hatton was actually investigating police corruption in the Franklin County Police Department. And as a part of this undercover operation, he asked the officer in the video, Mr. Rolf Gordon, to meet him at a random parking lot, perhaps to ask some questions related to the case. However, the officer didn't like the fact that the agent called his personal phone number instead of taking things through his office and grew skeptical of him despite the agent's disclosure of his credentials.
Hey, TJ, this guy is telling me to turn my body camera off and telling me he's going to contact other people to get involved with this. Let me get his tag number real quick. He's got a radio and he's got credentials. Franklin, does that come back to any government agency?
It just advises Advanced Wiring Company.
Come on now. If I'm an undercover agent, why the hell would my tags come back to a district? I don't give a damn any federal agency. Think about that.
Do you work for a wiring company?
Further.
It's a covert vehicle, sir.
Did he seriously think it would? Of course, it's a covert vehicle. What kind of undercover FBI agent would drive in an FBI registered vehicle?
I do feel like I'm being detained. Am I being detained?
Am I being detained? You're the one who called me here, sir. How did you get my phone number?
I can't give that information.
That's a pretty dumb thing to ask from an FBI agent. Hey, if an FBI agent is investigating you, rest assured he knows your number, your address, your affairs, your wife's affairs. Hell, he might even know your breakfast, lunch, and dinner patterns, including what types of boxers you like to wear. It's also important to note here that Agent Hatton had valid reasons for seeking such an informal meeting with Deputy Gordon, as revealed later in the interaction when Agent Hatton subtly hints at his potential involvement in a more extensive inquiry into the sheriff's office that goes beyond the scope of the deputy's citation while conversing with his supervisor.
You can't call anybody in the PD because the PD is just here backing this guy up. It's Franklin County that's holding him. So you have to call the sheriff to let him know that his deputies have been stopped here and are holding me. He's going to ask why. We're not going to be able to tell him.
The plot thickens. Anyway, the officer later goes on to detain him, giving sloppy reasons like, "Oh, I don't trust you being an FBI agent, and you are being uncooperative," when in truth, he was the one who denied checking the agent's registration.
Hey,
Man, the lack of training is disgusting. That is crazy, man. Like with all of this money going towards defense, America spends a lot of money on defense. I think defense is the biggest part of their budget. With all this money, like why are these officers not being trained like correctly? That's the problem.
you are detained at this time, sir. Hey, I don't think this guy's legit, man. But you're being very uncooperative with me. You asked me to come up here. You called my personal cell phone number. You can't tell me how you got it. Your vehicle's coming back to a wiring company, not the FBI.
It's a covert vehicle.
Okay.
Bro, if an FBI agent got your cell phone number, he already got everything. He know where you live. He know who your ugly wife is. He know who your ugly kids is too.
Would you like to see some registration?
You get mad at me because I turned my body camera on.
Would you like to see some registration?
And you know a lot of stuff about me.
Would you like to see the registration, sir?
He know what you eat. He know where you eat. He know how long you take to eat. Your cell phone records. Be careful how you move now.
I don't really want anything from you at this point. My supervisor's on the way.
Excellent.
Uncooperative? Really? First, do your job as an officer. As the dilemma continued, Agent hadn't even showed his license and his badge for the second time to Officer Gordon. But somehow, Gordon remained unconvinced.
Alright, so he showed him his ID. Run his ID through the system. Like, don't he has a computer in his car? Just run the ID. Go to your car, run the ID. But I don't think you're making all these assumptions. Okay.
Eventually, multiple supervisory officers arrived on the scene.
Alright, we got some supervisors, so he'll be alright.
But they were even worse than Officer Gordon.
Fuck!
And
Well, damn. Let's see what happened.
decided to arrest him and put him in the back of the patrol car. Not only this, they even decided to not roll down the windows or turn on the AC, and given the hot day in Florida, it was only inevitable that things didn't go well for Agent Hatton.
Yes, sir.
Not gonna lie, I could believe that, because cops don't give a damn about you. They do not care. There are some, that are humane, but I would say over 60% of them are just disgusting towards everybody.
There, brother.
Okay. All right, I'm turning it on right now.
Open the door. I can't breathe.
Sir, I can't open the door. You're being detained right now.
As time passed, the agent started complaining, and in spite of his repeated plea, the cop continued to ignore him.
You're burning me up, brother.
I had the defroster on.
No, you didn't. Brother, I need air. God almighty.
All of a sudden, they receive a phone call that should put the entire event to rest.
33, go ahead.
He is legit.
10-4.
Alright, the fact that he said he's legit, he should be rushing to opening that door and take off the cuffs. Come on now.
All right, that's what I'm doing right now.
No, you shouldn't even be talking at this point. Open the door. Take off his cuffs, let him go.
Here we go. All the proof you need in the world. However, even after this, the officer chooses to retain the agent inside the patrol vehicle, despite receiving explicit confirmation that he is, indeed, an FBI agent. Instead of promptly following the given instructions to release him, the officers continue conversing about the situation, all the while the agent pleads for his release.
So that lets me know that's a telltale sign corruption is evident in this county, Franklin County. Whew.
It is only after an additional 3 minutes of entirely unnecessary conversation that the agent is finally allowed to exit the vehicle. But sadly, the damage was done.
Call 911. I
Damn.
need medical attention right now. Unlock me. Call 911. Call 911.
We're releasing you right
No,
now,
call
sir.
911 now. Call 911. I need
33.
After a further 10 minutes, the medics finally arrived and the cop explained the whole situation and said that the man complained about shortness of breath and vision loss.
Damn, I hope he ain't
Started
died.
complaining of shortness of breath, vision loss.
In the hours after Hatton was released, FBI agents in brass descended on Apalachicola, meeting with Gordon and the sheriff to find out what happened and why. Both agencies later decided to put the incident in the rearview mirror, followed by Sheriff Smith's promise, and I quote that, "Both our agencies work together a lot better." Smith also agreed to the fact that they needed more training. But honestly, training or no training, that's no way to treat someone, let alone a fellow law enforcer.
I would say this right there is typical between agencies when something like bad happened. When some type of bad blood like occurred between them, they would sweep it under the rug. But if this was a regular citizen, this would have been escalated real quick. But I'm glad, you know, two men were able to resolve the issue, even though it was very unprofessional on one person's end.
It's a great example of ego and how ego gets in the way of common sense. It also shows how sometimes police can take literally anything you say or do and turn it against you. Oh, and if you don't say anything, you're being uncooperative, and that's also grounds for suspicion.
I'm glad he didn't die either, because the FBI would have been coming down on him for a different reason.
Fortunately, despite what can only be characterized as disrespect and negligence from the officers, the agent did not sustain any significant injuries.